$1.59 a pound, so 14 cents. That's a good price.
Oh,
Pork shoulder. You're gonna have more. This will be more flavorful too. I mean, this is a 15% of pork shoulder. It's awesome.
I'm rolling. All right, everybody. Army Vet Chef Chris here, and today we're doing pork. Very exciting. Went to Costco, picked up this gigantic 2-piece set of pork shoulder. So this right here it's over 15.5 pounds of pork. Now I chose the pork shoulder because it's got great flavor. It's a nice, lean, dark meat, but still it has plenty of intermuscular fat. It shreds nicely and it grinds nicely. Pork shoulder overall gets an A+. It's cheap, it's easy to use, super fun to cook with, and it has overall just an outstanding flavor.
This first pork shoulder, we're going to cut it up into a medium-sized dice, and we're going to grind it so that we have a nice large amount of ground pork. All right, so for this second pork shoulder, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to cut them up into large, edible-sized portions so that we can braise.
This guy right here. This is going to be a cocoa. These are all portions, edible portions. All right, folks, let's start grinding. Really good ground pork.
Now is going to be the ultimate time for our braise. I've got awesome browning on this pork. I've got an awesome chicken stock that I've been making. Actually started it yesterday with some chickens that I cut up from Costco, and it's a nice clear broth. It's gonna be fantastic. Got the double strainer. That way I can get all the nasty stuff out that I don't want in there, just like so. All of this in here is fond. That's all the nibbly bits, the caramelized amino acids, the sugars, the proteins from the meat. That's all flavor that I need to collect. Alright folks, so we've been braising it for about 4 hours now, and I couldn't be happier. This pork is like melt in your mouth. It is soft butter, squishy soft. Alright, so we're taking this meat out now, and we're gonna set it off to cool. Now it's really important that when we cool this, we lay it all out as flat as possible with a little bit of space in between so that it can cool as fast as possible. So, all that meat's finally out of the pot, and this is what we're working with now. Just pure bark on the outside, nice good sear, awesome sear, and it is just fall apart. It's juicy. I mean, it hasn't even been built, and this is delicious. So imagine when you finally build your dish. It's just the beginning. Imagine how great it's going to be when you finally finish it. One of the most important things to do when you're cooling the meat is you want to bring that temperature down as fast as possible. So using your fridge or freezer is going to be the best way to do it. Instead of leaving it out to cool at room temperature, you're just creating a festering breeding ground of bacteria that can get you sick in the end. So now that the meat is completely cooled off, it's been chilling in the fridge for roughly an hour, hour and a half. And when I put it in the fridge, I elevated the pan a little bit so that it would have a little bit of air circulation underneath the pan. Super important when you cool off any kind of meat or stock or any sauce. So this is it right here. I've got two freezer bags full of meat. And then the last third of it is going to be for dinner tonight.
Now right here, what I'm doing is I'm skimming the fat off the top. There's nothing worse than getting a dish that is absolutely tremendously great in flavor. However, it leaves you with slick, greasy lips in the end. In addition to skimming the top, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder just to adjust the flavor a little bit more. Back in goes the pork. We're going to bring that temperature right back up to about 165 degrees to ensure safe cooking. And we're not going to take it above that because we want the meat to be nice and juicy. And as you can see, the meat is completely flakeable. It's soft and tender. It's juicy. It's served over white rice only because, you know, sometimes simple is better.